Okay, so now we've completed section 101.1, determine and configure hardware settings. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we've covered, and then we'll move on to the next section. So we looked at enabling and disabling integrated peripherals in either the BIOS or the EFI BIOS. So that might be things like network cards, sound cards, storage devices, so any of the integrated peripherals that's built into the motherboard, even a video card, can all be disabled in the BIOS. And the reason you may want to do that is for a sound card, for example, you may have a USB sound card that you want to use, so you never want to see the built-in sound card that's on the motherboard, so you can disable it. The other thing that it wanted you to know is how to boot a system without a keyboard. So some BIOSes may be set up so it won't let the system boot if it doesn't detect a keyboard, so you can also disable that in the BIOS. Now, the other thing that it wanted to know is the difference between cold and hot plug devices. So a cold plug device is a device that has to be plugged into the system when it boots up. So an old PS2 keyboard or mouse, for example, would be a cold plug, where a USB keyboard or mouse would be a hot plug. And any USB device will be a hot plug device. Now, you also saw how a hard drive may be a hot plug or cold plug device, depending on the motherboard. So most desktop systems will be cold plug, but many servers will have the ability to have hot pluggable hard drives. You also saw how you can find out information about USB devices with LSUSB and USB-devices, and how to look at hardware with commands like LSPCI, with both the -V for verbose and -VV for very verbose if you wanted more information. And we also covered how the UDEV and DBus systems work together to automatically detect devices, and you also saw how the sysfs is a in-memory file system created by the kernel, and it adds or removes information as it detects hardware. And you saw how the proc file system lists information about processors, and how it also has some system information in there. So we've covered a fair bit in this section, and you will only learn more as we go along, so I will see you in the next video.